to introduce my urban MERPA programs. As you know, MERPA program is a flagship program of our UISP academic programs. And our program also offers a Bachelor of Urban Regional Studies, and also we have 3 certificates: Certificate in GIS, Urban Revitalization, and Sustainable Planning. And so far, we have more than 1,000 alumni. We have an extensive alumni network. And we are so proud to be part of Wider School, which ranked #1 in Virginia and number 35 in the country last year. And Dean Golden will talk about this year's ranking momentarily. And our program was established, founded in 1973. So next year, we are going to celebrate 50 years anniversary of our programs. And the Planning Association, American Planning Association, recognized our program in 1977, and the Planning Accreditation Board gave us consecutive accreditations. And most recently, we won the 7-year accreditation last year, from 2022 all the way to 2028. So we are very proud of that. The program size, right now we have 12 dynamic faculty members plus 20 adjunct instructors and 50 MERPA students. Okay. In addition to be a long-standing programs with remarkable accreditation record, our program is also conducting the high-impact research in several areas. And one area is especially in housing, social equities, economic development, energy, environment, transport, GIS, and community revitalization. All of these research areas align very well with the VCU's research strategic priority plans. So we are conducting high-impact researches. And these are all the faculty members right now. We have 12 full-time faculty members and plus dozens of adjunct faculties. Okay? So this is our faculty members. And this is the next one I just want to briefly talk about is the history of MERPA Plan-Off event. And this Plan-Off event actually was initiated by Professor John Cardino around the 2010s, and the model after the University of Messina in Italy. And the Plan-Off we actually started over 10 years ago, 2012, and we try to foster the friendly competition among the graduates, so we can produce high-quality capstone project and engage communities. So thank you so much for organizing originally this great idea, Professor Cardino. And also thank Professor Megan Goff for taking charge of this event for so many years. I really appreciate that. Yeah. With this brief overview, I'm now very proud and pleased to turn it over to my school dean, Professor Susan Golden. And Dean Golden is an internationally renowned scholar in social equities and also past president of the American Society for Public Administration, ASPA, and also network of School of Public Policy Affairs and Administration, ASPAS. Welcome, Dean Golden.
Thank you so much, Professor Chen, and it is indeed my pleasure to welcome everyone to Plan-Off. Plan-Off is always such an amazing event, and it's great to see so many alumni and supporters of the MERP program and of the Wilder School who are here with us in attendance today. I'd like to echo my thanks to Plan RVA. Are these amazing facilities or what? I mean, these are just great. So really appreciate the opportunity to connect with Plan RVA. You have been a strong supporter of the school. I know we have a Wilder Fellow who's placed with you now. So we really appreciate all of your support. And the same to Virginia Housing as well. I really appreciate all the generous support that Virginia Housing has provided over the many years to the Wilder School. Most notably, last month, they were the reception sponsor for our annual Excellence in Virginia Government Awards luncheon, where we honored a former member of the Wilder School Planning faculty, John Meeser, with the Spotswood Hill Robinson Award. And so it really is great to see such community engagement. I mean, when we think about the Wilder School, when we think about planning and public service, all of these things go together, and it only works, and it works well when you have faculty, students, and practitioners and community members all engaged in this process. And that's what Plan-Off is really about. I would be remiss in my role as dean if I didn't do two things. One, I want to brag on the school and specifically our planning program. Professor Chen gave you an overview. We're very pleased that the Wilder School ranks in the top 15% of all public affairs programs nationally. And in the most recent rankings, we are ranking #1 in 3 specialty areas, including number 17 in the country in urban policy. So we are really proud of all the work. So all the folks who are students and our alumni who are engaged with us and our community partners, you're engaged in a school that is not only accessible, but is also excellent. And the second thing I would be remiss in doing is if I didn't recognize our outstanding faculty. I know just about all of them are here, so if we can get them to stand, please. Our faculty in our urban and regional planning program or in the Wilder School. Really appreciate all of your excellent leadership, the connections with the community, and your excellent instruction. And really appreciate everything that you do. And for those of you, we had Giving Day earlier this week, and don't worry if you missed it, there's an opportunity, and I especially want to acknowledge a fund that was set up by the former dean of the Wilder School, who is here, and a member of the planning faculty, Niraj Verma, who had a wonderful idea to set up an assistance fund for students who have emergency needs. And so I thank Dean Verma for his leadership in setting up that fund, and I encourage you to please consider giving back in future years to that effort. So with that, I just again want to say thank you to Plan RVA. I think I see the board chair of Plan RVA here. Thank you so much again for all of your support. And let's do a great job with Plan-Off. I'm looking forward to learning about these projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean. We are great opening remarks. So next speaker, I would like to invite the chair for Board of Directors for Plan RVAs, Mr. Sean Davis. Mr. Sean Davis is also the County Board of Supervisors from Hanover County, Henry District. Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for your very kind comments, and welcome to the Richmond Regional Planning District Commission, affectionately known as Plan RVA, which you've heard. I am Sean Davis, and I have the great pleasure and honor of serving as the chair of our commission. Dr. Chen, Dr. Gooden, thank you. It's great to be here, Madam Dean, Mr. Professor. And everyone in the Wilder School family, we are thrilled to host this year's Plan-Off in our new office here at the Current. This place is a stellar example of high-density design best practice and a clear example of urban and regional planning. Additionally, we are grateful for our partnership with VCU's Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, as well as the Masters in Urban Planning program. This event is simply one of the many ways we work together to support the development in the field of planning. It can't go unsaid that this event recognizes and highlights the substantial and significant achievements that we see here today. This year, Plan RVA hosted hosted our 4th Wilder School Fellow. Where's Trinity? Is Trinity Wilder? Trinity, stand up, Trinity. Obviously is with us this afternoon, but that was an ad lib if you didn't notice that. Further, we are partnering with Dr. John Accordino and Tom Jacobson to support the 2023 Transatlantic Seminar Program. At Plan RVA and across the region, MERPs are woven into the very fabric of our local and regional planning community. We're grateful to have such a fantastic program right here in our home. This program provided the foundation of education for so many of our leaders in the areas of planning, management, and public policy. On behalf of our executive director, Martha, where's Martha? Raise your hand higher, Martha. The entire Plan RVA team. Sid, fix the microphone. The entire Plan RVA team and all of our member jurisdictions, we sincerely thank the Wilder School for your partnership. We are grateful for this participation and the opportunity to be part of the 2023 Plan-Off. So briefly, and this is where Martha gets nervous, these were prepared remarks because Martha and I were up. What time did we get up, Martha? 3:30? 3 o'clock. We were in Kansas City, but when I got into a cab coming out of the airport. The gentleman asked me, he said, "How was it? Where were you?" I told him I was in Oklahoma City. I had no idea. So Martha, we worked on some prepared comments, which are very difficult for me to deliver. I can't tell you, having an opportunity to lead an organization like this with the substantial leadership that we have in Martha and our executive team and all of our folks. Where's Serene? Serene is just amazing. Like, I come in today and Serene's on a chair, and Martha, we've got to talk about OSHA at some point. Serene's on a chair doing something with the lights. And of course, automatically I say, well, how many PhDs does it take to change a light bulb? But this is a family of individuals here, much like we have at VCU. The family culture is folks come here every single day, completely dedicated to working for the jurisdictions and the joint constituency that we have under Martha's leadership. It comes off flawlessly, but I can't thank y'all enough for allowing us to host. I can't thank you enough for allowing us, Madam Dean. It's a great honor for us to do this. So thank you very much, and thank you all for being here. It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. One more thing before we get going. This isn't on the agenda, but it's something that has to be said. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the tragic accident that occurred on VCU campus yesterday. As you're hopefully all aware, this is the second pedestrian fatality on our campus in the last 4 months. Maroke Khan in January, Sean Soares yesterday. Sean is someone that my wife and I knew a little bit. Many of our close friends and colleagues here in the environmental policy, energy, environmental, public policy world knew him quite well. He worked, with all due respect to Maroke, I'll focus on him to kind of connect it to today's event. So he worked in the governor's administration. He worked for the Donald McKeechan's office, most recently for the Virginia Conservation Network, was a passionate advocate for active and sustainable transportation, as we call it around here. And it's just, any type of incident like this is tragic, and it's particularly tragic when it's in a place where it's been quite obvious for some time that changes need to be made, and it's been quite frustrating. I know to many of us in our room, the lack of progress that's been made in this city, among many others, on traffic safety. We were trying to cross the street to get over here for 10 minutes holding 2 kids in my arms, and my 4-year-old said, it's Daddy, it's hard to cross the street when there's no street light. And I said, you're right, isn't that obvious? So yeah, I didn't mean to make a joke in this because it's not a funny thing, but there may be some jokes later. I just want to point that out and say that this isn't a moment of silence, because silence is not what's needed on this issue. We need loud voices pushing the administration and of this university, of this city, of the state, of this country to take these issues more seriously. And it's our job, for some of us as planners who work on these types of issues, I know you are doing the best you can, and keep that up, and hopefully things will get better and we won't have to keep talking about this on VCU campus and in the city and so on. So anyway, I just want to say that, and now we're going to get started with our events. I'm going to turn it over to Megan Goff, who is going to walk us through today's program.
I'm going to make this quick so we can get moving, but I just want to kind of set the stage a little bit for this event. So Dr. Niraj Verma and I teach our capstone students in the Master of Urban Regional Planning program, and these are the students you're going to see today. And so they've been working really hard for the past year, first on their proposal, working with a client on their proposal, and then this semester implementing that. Doing the research, coming up with recommendations that can serve the client's needs. So I want to point out if you have your program, we are in the conference room, and there's another smaller space called the multimedia room. And so if you look at your program, you'll see that the first group up in this conference room is the community development group. The first group up in the multimedia room is the economic development group. So you can pick where you want to go. You can move around to see different people talking. We're going to be going in this order. And remember, students only have 5 minutes to present, so it's going to be quick. There'll be voting at the end of each of the rounds, and we'll announce winners from that. The two winners that emerge from the multimedia room and the two winners from this room will then face off in a final four. So we'll all meet back here and we'll be around to kind of guide you around, but I'm really excited and proud of the students that you're going to be seeing. So let's get started.
And if you want to bet, you can contribute to the Wilderness School Fund.
Oh, okay.
So I also see
Yeah.